problems. We already got problems.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We're on YouTube. We're not on Facebook. I know.
Oh, we're not on Facebook. Sorry.
Yeah,
so
sorry,
come on
Facebook.
over to YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah.
That's all right. Oh, well, we're just 2 weeks from Christmas, Johnny.
Yes.
And you're doing some holiday travel, I see there.
I am.
What studio are you at here tonight?
I'm in the Palacios Chicago studios.
Very nice.
See the Thompson Center from where I'm sitting. I guess there was some sort of an arson fire in the county building downtown.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I don't know all the details of it, but there was all kinds of commotion here earlier. But
why aren't we reporting live from down there then?
I don't know.
It could be breaking news.
I'll let you know if I see anything, but right now, nothing.
Okay. Right now, okay. You said the Christmas train just came by, though, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Christmas train went by. Santa's sitting there and waving at everybody. And Santa is fine. Santa is fine.
No, he's not. Well, according to some individuals
Santa
and some
is
archaeologists,
fine.
Santa may not be fine. Yes, you're reading this headline correctly. If you are listening to us, just the audio version only. The headline is Coffin of Santa Claus discovered by archaeologists after about 1,800 years. And so what they're saying, this is the discovery is part of the ongoing, quote, Legacy for the Future project led by Associate Professor, get this name, Ebru Fatma Findik.
Oh, yeah. What?
Ebru Fatma Findik.
Okay.
Ebru Fatma Findik. Now, this particular burial site is the reason why they're saying it's Santa Claus's coffin is because they believe it's St. Nicholas's coffin.
Right.
The individual who actually inspired Santa Claus.
Yeah, we know the story.
To post this,
oh my God!
But to post this close to Christmas, saying we found Santa's coffin, probably not the greatest timing, considering all that is going on right now. Like this is a story you bury in like maybe March and be like, hey, by the way, may have found Santa Claus's coffin. Not 2 weeks before the GD holiday and go, hey, by the way, kids, great talk here. Santa's coffin may have been found. Now it's in Turkey. They say their biggest hope is to find an inscription on the sarcophagus, which would help clarify the burial contents and allow us to determine the exact period it dates from. So they're not even quite sure. Wait until absolute positivity before you say Santa's coffin, you idiots.
Yeah, I mean, if it just said, hey, the coffin of, Nicholas Papadopoulos or whatever the guy's name was, has been found, and it's believed that he might be the inspiration for Saint Nicholas. Lay all that out before you just say, we found Santa's coffin, for God's sakes.
And by the way, not only is Santa dead, kids, but he doesn't live in the North Pole. He's dead in Turkey. That's basically what they're saying.
Hello, you're on with Mike and Molson. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Schlitz Hathaway here. How you fellas doing?
Good.
You there,
you're
Mike?
Who?
Yeah, Schlitz Hathaway.
I've been listening to you guys for 20 plus years now. 20 plus years. Have you been? You've been on the air that long, right? I love your show. First time caller though. I don't own any telephones, so I'm here to pay phone. I just thought I'd call in though. Hey, this Santa Claus thing. This is some scary stuff because I think the guy is CIA. By the way, I mean think about it. He breaks into our houses all the time, leaving bugs behind, things like that. I think he's a G-man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that possibility. Do you think this was okay? So let me ask you here, Schlitz Hathaway. You are a renowned conspiracy theorist. Do you think that this was a hit job? Then do you think the government took Santa out and planted this
irresponsible
coffin?
This is so irresponsible.
Yeah, absolutely. I studied a little archaeology back there in the community college there, and I think that they took him out. But yeah, he's and another thing you don't know about Santa is he's also like Illuminati. He's like top level world kind of stuff. I think he's a lizard. I think he's lizard people.
I hate this topic. I hate this topic. I don't want to talk about this. This is awful.
Because we're opening up people's eyes, Johnny. We're going to get big hits now.
Thank you.
Schlitz Hathaway.
Schlitz Hathaway.
He's onto something, man. He's a hit of the internet. I'm surprised you never heard of him. He's a world-renowned conspiracy theorist who listens to this show. And he may be onto something here. Thank you, Slits Hathaway.
Santa is fine.
No, he's not. Santa's got some issues. And his coffin has been found in Turkey, kids. Newsflash. Breaking news here on Mike and Molson Mangle the News. Santa. I didn't see that part in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I didn't see the part where Christmas almost didn't happen because Santa's dead.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The funeral without a Santa Claus. I mean, what were they hoping would be in the inscriptions? Like, thanks for all the gingerbread cookies, or what exactly would have given it away?
Right. Well, they're saying that what they were looking for is the way in which it would have been inscribed and the writing on which would have been able to identify what time period that it would have been, so they can kind of take some samples from certain time periods and then match that and be like, yes, we do have St. Nicholas here in this coffin. Now, they say they found it near a church where he's rumored to have been buried. So that's one of the things that has led them down the path that they have found Santa Claus's coffin.
707-4-MONKEY is how you join us live, where you can leave a comment below, whether you're watching. I guess you're only watching on YouTube because we can't get to Facebook right now.
Yeah, exactly.
707-466-6539.
So thank you, Dr. Findick, for making Christmas awkward for everybody with this headline of finding Santa's coffin.
Yeah. I believe there's a Santa Claus more than I believe that there's a Dr. Findick.
Ebru Fatma Findick? Look him up.
All right. Also in the news right now, this is there's some big. You thought what was the big rapper brouhaha that was going on recently?
It was Drake and Kendrick Lamar,
that's right? Drake and Kendrick. Well, now we have cop and construction worker are really, really pissed at each other.
Oh, no, not the Village People.
Yeah.
The perfect skyjacking song.
There is some big infighting. Of course, YMCA has become a popular song at Mar-a-Lago, anywhere where Donald Trump is. There was that video of Trump and Elon Musk at Thanksgiving. What a normal person does in Thanksgiving, just do the YMCA dance and skyjacking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, woo.
So everybody has been pointing out, hey, Donald, YMCA, it's kind of gay.
A little bit. Yeah. A little bit. That's kind of the joke of it all. Not the joke, but we kind of all know now that that's kind of a gay song.
And, we read a while ago in the Wikipedia entry that that was part of the inspiration for it was in the 70s. A lot of gay men would kind of cruise there and spend the night there. And so it was inspired by that, allegedly. Now, Victor Willis, who is the cop, although he's dressed like a sailor in that one, Victor Willis, there on the left, has said, hey, this is not a gay song, and I will sue anybody who says it's a gay song.
Really?
Yeah.
So for years, he's okay with it. Then all of a sudden, someone starts using it to skyjack to, and he's like, no, it's totally manly. Hey, it's all about men. It's not gay at all. And
he's saying that it's tarnishing the good name of the song YMCA.
And so,
which is kind of weird when you think about it, because it's like, okay, why if it is a gay song, why does that tarnish the
why is that
good image?
Right,
why is that a bad thing? What's wrong with you?
And can you sue someone for their idea of what a song is? Like, it's all subjective, right? Like, if I think a certain song is about something, I go, yep, that song's definitely about this. Like, it'd be like Divinyl saying, I Touch Myself is not a masturbatory song, and anyone who says it is, I will sue them. Yeah. It's like, no, I infer that from your title.
He says, as I've said numerous times in the past, that is a false assumption based on the fact that my writing partner was gay. Some, quote, not all of the Village People were gay, and that the first Village People album was totally about gay life. The song is not really a gay anthem other than certain people falsely suggesting that it is, and this must stop because it is damaging to the song. In
2024, how old is the freaking YMCA? He's just now saying, "Oh God, we really need everyone to stop with the gay stuff with the YMCA."
Right. So now we bring in David Hodo. David Hodo, who is the construction worker.
Okay.
And let me bring up
because there was cop, construction worker, S&M biker.
Yeah.
Who else was in there? Was there
American
cowboy
Indian?
And
then there was
Indian.
just kind of a nondescript guy wearing khakis.
Then it was Bob, the village people, and Bob.
Yeah. All right.
So what does the construction worker have to say?
All right. So David Hodo, the construction worker, chimes in and he says, just to be clear, there would be no YMCA song without Jacques Morali. He came up with the hook, as he did with all the Village People music, after Randy Jones took him to a YMCA and introduced him to several gay porn stars who worked out there. It's only slightly
more context than I thought.
It's only slightly nauseating to hear Willis speak as though he were Stephen Sondheim. YMCA would have disappeared from the charts for good had it not been for the fact that the kids from American Bandstand came up with the arm movements. That silly dance is why the song has endured, not the, quote, brilliant songwriting.
Wow. That is an interesting point by the construction worker there.
Right.
Saying that, and I don't know if he's wrong, per se.
Yeah, I don't know either.
The only reason the song has gone on is because of the dance associated with it, and not the actual lyrics of the song. That's an interesting point.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry, Paul, I can't get Paul's full comment up there, but there we go. Paul says it's all about the art.
It is.
Now, Victor Willis fires back. This is where it gets really salty. Give me a second here.
So Victor Willis says, "Screw you, David Hodo, construction worker."
Victor Willis says, and he goes to Facebook. Well, what have we here? David Hodo comes out of his hole to comment on me and my writing partner, Jacques Morali. First of all, David, Jacques hated you, and you know it. So I wouldn't put much stock in whatever you have to say about me and Jacques. Therefore, back in your hole before I crush you again, you replacement non-original Village People member who has lied for years that you're an original. The original construction worker is Mark Musler, R.I.P., and don't you forget it.
What does the estate of Mark Musler have to say in all this?
Yeah. Now,
that's what I want to know. Leave my dad out of it.
Now, here's the thing, though. Yeah, and yes, Mark Musler was the original construction worker, but it was before Village People became big. So the construction worker we've always known is David Hodo. Yeah. But Victor Willis.
David Hodo. So Mark Musler is the Pete. Did you just say the Pete Best of the Village People?
That's exactly. Yes, that is what I said. That's what I said.
Okay, Mark. Let it be known. Mark, print that. Get rid of the first story with all our conspiracy theories. Let it be known. Mike and Molson Megala News say Mark Musler is Village People's Pete Best.
Great. Now Victor Willis is going to sue us.
Perfect. Bring it on, Vic.
Yeah, bring it on.
Well. What we have here, Victor Willis came out of his hole to sue some YouTubers.
We could use the clicks. So, and this other person who I'm not sure who he is or how he's connected to the Village People, he says the YMCA will never be MAGA. So there's a lot of people obviously upset that Trump has adopted YMCA. The real writer and creator of the Village People was Jacques Morali, French gay producer and disco legend who died of AIDS in '91. He created many classics about man-on-man effing. MAGA had to borrow it because no one else lended rights to their songs. And here's the other thing that's interesting in here is Victor Willis, who really is the only person left from the Village People that's touring. Victor Willis, this is not a political thing for Victor Willis as far as I can tell. He's just saying, hey, we're getting some extra plays on this thing and we're making a little money on that. Let them have the song, because it's brought the song back out. I think Victor Willis just wants the money. He doesn't give a damn who's playing it.
No, because he's even said that they would play the inauguration. I heard. Have you not heard that? Victor Willis has come out originally, because it's weird, because originally they didn't want the song being used. Yeah. And to your point, Victor Willis is the only one going out playing as the Village People, not David Hodo.
Yeah.
And so now Victor Willis is like, no, they can use it because you said I could use the money. And now Victor Willis has gone on record saying, if we get the call, the Village People will be there for the inauguration.
But it's not going to be the Village People. It'll be Victor and some other guys.
Right. And the thing is,
who totally are not gay. Not gay at all.
Not gay at all. No. And they're totally not Mark Musler. So David Hodo, go back in your hole, you son of a bitch. You're not an original Village People anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is one of
crazy shit.
Yeah. This is one of those times where we listen to a song and it's appropriate to say that's kind of gay. And it's not, you're not besmirching it. You're just saying that's kind of gay. It's gay. I don't know what else to say.
It'd be one thing if it was just that one off, but that album also didn't it have Macho Man and In the Navy?
those were on subsequent albums, but
they weren't all on the same album.
Okay, I'll let you in on this. I was in 4th grade when YMCA came out. I didn't have it. I didn't even know. I don't think gay was invented at that point, so I didn't even know.
No.
And so there is a song on that album called Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
I
also
think we know
gay.
where that's going.
It's pretty gay.
Yeah. Was that the B-side? I mean, of YMCA.
Oh, and they have. I just remembered this. They have a disco version of Just a Gigolo.
Oh, okay, because that seems like it was needed.
Yeah. And again, that's not gay.
Totally not gay.
Bunch of guys with their shirts off saying, I'm a gigolo.
Wherever I go, ooh, what they're saying to a nice jaunty disco beat. Wow. Wow, this may be the beef of 2024. Step aside, Kendrick and Drake.
Exactly, man. That is really, really something.
Anytime has anyone ever started a good sentence with, well, what do we have here?
Look who crawled out of his hole.
Yeah. Does anything good ever start with that?
And it makes you, and I guess he's had beef with Hodo for a long time. And said in 2017, I think he said something like, Hodo ruined the Village People because he's such a bad singer.
Oh, because that's why people went to the Village People. For their vocal range.
Right. Yeah.
Get out of here. Victor Willis. What you talking about, Willis?
He's freaking Pavarotti.
I can't believe it took me that long to get to that that joke. Going back to Christmas, which is just 2 weeks away, I've noticed this on the newer phones, and I don't know if you have, Johnny, where when you take the actual picture, it like gives you like a second and a half before the picture. It's like almost like a live picture type thing.
So if somebody blinks, you can pick a different frame. There's all kinds of,
Right. And it kind of picks up a little bit of the audio as well in the picture. So let me introduce you to this mom down in South Carolina who her name is Kimberly Barber is her name.
Okay.
And she wanted to take a picture of her Christmas decorating. She was very proud of the Christmas decorations she had out. So she took a picture and sent it to the family chat. The only problem is, sometimes you want to set the mood when you're decorating. You got some Christmas songs going on in the background or whatever, some jaunty tunes. That was not what she was doing. Instead, she was listening to audio erotica. And so when she sent the picture, it also had sound with it. And the sound involved a woman saying, I could see a bulge starting to form.
Yeah,
or there was a bulge forming.
It's on TikTok, and TikTok is notoriously difficult to work with. But let me see if I can play this for you so you can all hear what's going on.
Front of his pants to the bulge forming.
So mom decides, I'm going to go ahead and take this wonderful picture of the fireplace, and you heard that, and then she sent it in the group chat.
Front of his pants to the bulge forming.
The bulge forming.
The bulge.
So yeah. So obviously, then it was shared to TikTok, as you said, because she shared it in the family group chat, and the clip came from the steamy novel Break Me, which reviewers described as an extremely sexy, angsty tale of addictive, forbidden romance.
Oh, good.
So what's that saying? Now, the husband of the individual who we saw shared it. She shared the TikTok. Her husband was the first to recognize it. She says he was like, wait a second, what's going on here? When the husband tapped on the image and uncovered the hilarious, embarrassing gaffe, he played it for me, and we literally hit the floor laughing, her daughter said. It took us a really long time to recover. Her mom was mortified.
What a weird thing to be multitasking. I'm going to take some pictures. Oh, and by the way, I need to catch up on my horny mom book.
Well, right. There's a couple things there of, obviously you were putting up Christmas decorations.
Right.
There is an obvious soundtrack for that.
Crosby on.
Yeah, exactly. Or some type of Rat Pack, or I don't know, even Burl Ives singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Anything.
But
you know what?
I
would accept Manhattan Transfer. Or what was it? Mannheim Steamroller.
Mannheim Steamroller? Yeah. Over
that would have been fine.
The bulge forming in his pants. Like, what the hell's going on with that? Down there on the Yule log, I guess, is what's going on. The mom said, I didn't realize live pictures have sound. So now everyone is saying they're going to be a little more cautious when taking those quote unquote live photos. I don't think she should be mortified. I think, you know what, to be a person in 2024 and actually listening to audio erotica, kudos to you. That's pretty tame. There's so much. Yeah, there's so much out there on the internet that could be so much worse that you were doing in the background.
Hey,
audio erotica.
I keep my wallet in my front pocket and I have a bulge in my pants. Maybe that's what that was about. How do we know it was erotica?
I want to know who then did the research. If they didn't ask the mom directly what it's from, I want to know who took that clip,
right?
Isolated it, ran it through the machine, and said, "I know what book that's from."
Yeah,
that's from the Break Me book.
That's a good question for ChatGPT. How many books out there say he had a bulge in his pants? I wonder what would come up.
And how do you then break it down to be like, oh yeah, I know that one. That's Break Me. That's Break Me. Let me ask. Go ahead.
Now, I'm just curious, and I hate to do the whataboutism, but you have to wonder, would this be as, we just look at this as being saucy and kind of a little raunchy and naughty. But if it was Dad and he had Pornhub up, or he had we dialed into OnlyFans or something, would this be as cute?
I don't think if you get a text from Dad with a picture, first of all, no offense, most dads aren't in charge of decorating.
Yeah.
But even if they were, right? And you're right. If you have a live frame in the background and there's Santa humping like some type of dirty elf or something,
just the audio though, just some crazy groaning, screaming. I mean, believe me, it would not be. It would not be as sanitized as there was a bulge in his pants.
Right. You're right. If you just heard the background, put it right there in the background. And that it gets sent out. You're right. I don't think everyone treats it as like, oh, darn it, Mom's listening to her saucy novels again. Like she messed up. It'd be like, Dad's a perv. What's he doing?
Absolutely. And that would be the right response, I think.
Correct. Yeah. No one needs that. That is a time and place thing. And decorating for the holidays is not the time or the place.
Oh, there goes Dad again with his, girl on girl 3-way 4 people with a nun porn again.
Oh, must be Christmas time. Must be time to put up the tree. Dad's got
every year.
Part 8. Yeah, every year. That's his go-to. It's a wonderful life indeed, bada bing.
Yeah, that's right. Get her from behind part 3.
Backfield emotion part 8. Way to be, Dad. So yeah, I think you're onto something there, Johnny. It wouldn't be as cute of a story had it been Dad doing that, but Mom listening to her saucy novel on. But once again, it's a weird thing to be listening to while decorating for the holidays.
It is.
You do whatever you want to do. If you want a bulge forming on your tree, then that's your prerogative, I guess.
Yeah, that's a strange soundtrack. The Ohio Supreme Court has weighed in on a case that has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
And what happened was a guy goes into a restaurant and he orders boneless chicken wings. And turns out, hey, there's actually a bone in the chicken wings. And it like tore his esophagus. I mean, it's a terrible, horrifying story.
Right.
So he goes to sue. And some high-priced lawyer makes the point, no, actually, as, buyer beware, you should expect that there would be a bone in boneless chicken wings.
No, because you're specifically ordering boneless. It says boneless, not bone possible. It says boneless chicken wings. I
know. He sued the restaurant. He sued the food supplier. He even sued the chicken. He sued the farm where the chicken was born. Because somehow
that's
the farm.
Flex.
Yeah.
I want boneless. I want chickens born boneless. Come out like snakes. Just. And
a court decided that the defendants were not negligent in serving or supplying the wing. And then this thing goes up to the Supreme Court in Ohio, and they say, we conclude that the appeals court got it right. In a negligence case. Huh?
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't at all.
You would think by the time we got to the Supreme Court, you would say, boneless wings should probably not have bones in it.
Right. It's really the least that you would expect from boneless wings.
Correct.
And so listen to how they justified this. They said, in a negligence case involving a substance in food, it is true that whether there was a breach of duty of care by the supplier or the food depends on whether the consumer could have reasonably expected the presence of the injurious substance in the food and thus could have guarded against it. In other words, they're saying that that bones are natural to chicken. Okay. And even if the restaurant says they are boneless, you should at least take precaution that there could be a bone in a boneless chicken.
Okay. So let's extrapolate that out.
Sure.
All right. And can you expect then a bone in a hamburger?
Yes.
Like a cow bone?
You should at least take precautions and thoroughly chew, because you might get a bone or you might choke on an udder
hoof.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah, one of its horns.
Right. That's the dumbest legal argument I've ever said. Because the thing has a bone.
It might have a cowbell somewhere in there.
Exactly. Enough of this fried egg on a burger. I want a cowbell in a burger. That doesn't fly with me. I order a boneless wing. I expect no bones. Seriously, just because something has bones doesn't mean I should expect, well, there may be some bones that are in there. That's not how that works.
You go to a seafood place and you order fish and you go, all right, it's, they probably have deboned it, but you're just careful. And I think that's
exactly.
In a weird, convoluted way, that's kind of what the justices are saying is bones are natural to chickens. You're eating a natural substance. It might have a bone in it. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm trying to explain the idiocy of it.
I'm with you on the fish part, but I don't think anyone sits down for, I don't know, fish sticks. Let's say I got Gordon's fish sticks. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone expects there to be a bone in fish sticks.
But there could be.
There could be, yes, but I'm not expecting it. Yes,
no, you're not expecting it.
Mechanically separated, but it's boneless wings.
I know.
So do they have to rename?
I don't know.
Because what do you do now? If you can expect bones to be in boneless wings, what do you now name boneless wings? Less bone-filled wings?
Yes, right. I don't know. Yeah, something 98% boneless wing. I don't know what you say.
Yeah, it's an odd ruling indeed to say that just because chickens have bones, you can expect, and you're eating some food from a chicken, that mean chicken noodle soup? I can expect a bone in that too. I know the stock starts with a bone, but like now it's just like I'm going to have to check everything because they've set a legal precedent.
Right. And what about isn't gelatin kind of a bone marrow byproduct of some sort?
Yeah. So there's going to be your instant Jell-O is just going to have a giant thigh bone in there.
It might have an elbow.
Yeah, good cow femur, something along those lines.
A skull.
What's going on in here? Yeah, because gelatin? Yeah, it's it's ground up bones. So now they're not going to even. They're like, no, we're not even going to grind them up anymore. Here's some gelatin. What is it? Oh, it's just a skeleton. It's new skeleton gelatin. Here you go. Enjoy, kids.
I don't. And again, 7074 Monkey. I mean, is this and don't you just want to meet the attorney who sat there and said, I think we have a case, because I think most thinking people walking around, I mean, my brain can't even go there as I was like, oh man, he ordered boneless chickens and he choked on a bone. Somebody screwed up. And some attorney somewhere said, no, not necessarily.
No,
not necessarily.
I have a strong legal argument because you see chickens have bones, and inherently anything you eat from said chicken may have said bone in said chicken. So there's a fallacy of boneless wings. I rest my case, Your Honor. And the jury and the honor said, and the rest of the people said, yes, we agree wholeheartedly. We come to an understanding that is in fact the case.
Chickens also have beaks and feet and feathers. And they have that thing under their neck that jiggles around, So yeah. And any of that, if it ends up in your food, you don't have the case. The court has
reasonable expectation of having the rooster thing fall into my chicken noodle soup, whatever the hell that's called. I know there's a funny name for it.
It's a little crown or whatever the hell it is called.
God, come on, do better, Ohio. By the way, quickly as an aside, before we go to the next story. What the hell is going on in Ohio? Did you see the Jamoke legislator who is because Michigan beat Ohio State and tried to plant their flag at the 50-yard line, right? And then they had to pepper spray some players and stuff last week. This Jamoke is now trying to further a bill in the Ohio State legislature that would make it a felony for planting the flag in the middle of Ohio State Stadium ever.
Oh, come on.
And it's not just and nowhere else in the state. Planting your flag anywhere else would be fine. It would just be
right
in
there.
Columbus, in the horseshoe. Anyone who plants the flag at 50-yard line, it's a felony.
No flags.
And you would be brought to jail.
No chicken bones.
Really? It's like, just win the game. Just beat a shitty Michigan team, and you won't have to worry about it. Sorry. I digress.
All right. On to the next element here.
Yes. So we mentioned at the start of the program, the late Thanksgiving has really thrown me off. Yeah. In the fact that I can't believe we're only 2 weeks away from Christmas. Like Christmas is 2 weeks away from today, and which means holiday parties are coming up and family gatherings, which are both just unbearable at times for folks, especially if you're alone. Well, enter in this young woman here who is on OnlyFans. Jessenia Rebecca is her name. She is 29 years old. There she is.
Hey, Chihuahua.
And she is willing. What's that?
She brought some Christmas goods there.
Some
with
floral.
her.
Yeah, very floral there.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Findick approved. So she is willing to pose as your girlfriend for any of these parties for a fee. All right. She is out of Miami, and she has unveiled her Christmas girlfriend packages. Some services costing up to $150 an hour.
I'm going to try to zoom in on the list here of services she's offering. Go ahead.
Yeah, so she says, I'm providing a great service for the holidays for the single guys. And then you have that picture. It gives the single men who opt for the various different packages must be prepared to pay her fee plus give her a gift.
Oh, so she gets a gift too. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's going to a holiday gathering, Johnny.
Yeah.
This is for Christmas. Christmas means gifts. So the silver package is $250 an hour plus giving her a gift. In exchange for that one, she will call in at the fella's family home for 2 hours to eat dinner and tell a few jokes. So she'll just kind of zoom in, be like, "Hey, what's going on? Here's, you're so funny." The gold package will have she'll be able to stay for 3 hours of your festive celebration. Mm-hmm. While there, she'll concoct a cute story about how she met the paying man, so his family is none the wiser that she's only on high. Okay. Is that working? I don't care how good a storyteller that Jessenia Rebecca is.
Yeah.
This lady right here on your screen, and if you're listening to the audio, you can look her up if you want to. Just don't do it in a live photo because you may hear some things in the background.
Right.
But this lady, you have a single individual in your family who is lonesome for the holidays, and that lady walks in and you go, "Yeah, I'm going to buy her meet cute story. This is straight out of a Hallmark movie." I
know. And yeah, I mean, does it, I think it makes it worse, doesn't it? I mean, because then all the whispers of like, okay, what's going on with Uncle Jesse? What's he bringing home here? What is this all about here? I mean, sorry, no offense to this. I'm sure she's a honorable OnlyFans young lady.
Yes.
But that's just, it seems like that's gonna cause more questions than it will be like, oh, it's nice Correct. That he's finally got somebody.
Correct. Because then the follow-up inevitably happens. And what happened to your lady friend, Todd? Oh, just had to go our separate ways. It didn't work out because no one's buying it. No one's buying that she would come in and be your girlfriend. Now she has a platinum package for $600. That way she'll be there for 6 hours. So that's $600 an hour that she's there for 6 hours. All right. And she'll even say, "I love you" with that package, the platinum one. You'll get an "I love you." You'll also get a kiss on the cheek in front of the family to show that she really cares.
How much for a bulge in the pants?
Yeah. And she also said with that package, she'll be willing to do the dishes and help clean up the dinner as well. But she's not going to do anything hanky-panky. Even though she's OnlyFans, there's not going to be any sexifying going on there. She'll just give you the peck on the cheek, the "I love you," and the washing the dishes.
That's where she draws the line
for you for the platinum package.
Yeah.
Someone responded to her saying this stunt is pathetic. Someone else said this is a recipe for disaster, like you said. However, other excited men said they'd be lining up and emptying their pockets for a chance to get that close to her.
I mean, it's not like escorts haven't existed for a long time.
Right. It's not like movies haven't been made about this before.
Yeah,
right. Right. Yeah. I mean, the Office Christmas Party movie. I don't know if you've seen that one with Jason Bateman and T.J. Miller in them or whatever. But there is a character who wants to show the rest of the office that he has a girlfriend, and he does get himself an escort for the night.
Yeah.
So this isn't a novel concept from this lady. But one guy did head out and say, "I'm going to need more for the platinum package than just a kiss on the cheek. I ain't paying all that money for just that, lady. Sorry. Cleaning the dishes and a peck on the cheek ain't going to cut it for $600.
We lost our phone connection, but we'll accept your comments below on this next story that asks an interesting question of what animals do you think you could beat in a fist fight? And what's incredible?
That is a great question.
Yeah, it is a good question. And what's incredible about the answers that YouGov got was how overly confident people are in their ability to win a fist fight with various animals.
Who would you say you could win in a fight? Like, what would immediately, if they said which animal you could beat in a fight, which one are you going with, Johnny?
A tiny spider.
Okay. I'm going to step it up a little bit and say I might be able to beat a mouse or a gerbil in a fight.
Okay. That's a good place to start, because that is where this list begins. Let me pull it up here for you. It does begin with
a rat.
Yeah, people believe that at least close to 80% of Americans and a little less of Brits believe they could beat a rat in a fight unarmed. House cat, likely. It's interesting that it starts to slide as we get down to goose.
Yeah, they're mean, but I think I can still take. Now, remember, this is a fist fight.
Right.
Not
no
using
guns.
weapons.
Right.
No guns, no weapons, no nothing. You can't use your driver like you would use at the golf course when the geese won't get out of your freaking way when you're trying to play through. Is that just me? Sorry. Yeah, they're mean.
They can be
but
mean.
I still think you could probably take them in a fight.
I think you probably could. But there's not a lot of confidence there. So it goes down the list. You got a medium-sized dog. You've got an eagle, and still about 30% of Americans say, "Yep, I could beat an eagle in a fight."
No, you couldn't.
I don't think you could.
Have you ever seen an eagle's talon and their beak? They will pluck your damn eyes out. You're not beating any. By the way, who goes to that? That's a symbol of America. And you're like, I'd beat the hell out of the symbol of America. I would beat the hell out of that. I could crush it.
Chimpanzee, a king cobra.
See, okay. The amount of individuals who think, really, if I'm looking down this list, you'd have a better chance against a wolf than you would a chimpanzee, you ding-dongs.
I think you're right.
Because what is the difference between a wolf and a large dog? Semantics.
Yeah, you're right.
That's about it. How are you thinking you can take a chimpanzee? They can rip your arm off. They're like a Wookiee. What are you doing, idiots? And that's a pretty high percentage of 22 out of every 10 people. 1 out of every 5 people think they could beat up a chimpanzee.
A strange amount of confidence. But I mean, even as you go down the list, I mean, you get to gorilla, and still, about 10% of people say, "Oh yeah, I could beat an elephant with my bare hands." No. Come on.
No, you can't. You get crushed. You would get absolutely crushed. Who is? I want to know the 1 out of 10 person who's saying, "Yeah, I beat a lion and a gorilla and a crocodile and an elephant." I mean, it's interesting that grizzly bear is the lowest. All of a sudden, how do you say I can beat up an elephant, but whoa, grizzly bear, that's a little too much for me. I could kick that lion's ass, but that grizzly bear just a little bit too much.
Well, and looking at this from top to bottom, I mean, really, once you get below medium-sized dog, I'm not convinced. Yeah, I'm not convinced anybody could take out any of these.
Liam Neeson beat a wolf in that one movie about wolves, so I would say maybe you got a chance there. And King Cobra, depending on your technique, if you could, grab the head and kind of swing it around like a rope and bang it against the...
What technique? Like you're going to be...
The technique, like the cobra, and then he grab, like well, it's not a good example because he's dead now, but the croc hunter, he would grab snakes all the time.
Yeah, and he knows what he's doing.
Well, that's true too. You can't just walk up on a king cobra and be like, "Yep, I know exactly where to grab it, swing it around, and beat it into submission."
Now, it won't surprise you to learn that women are much more reasonable on this topic than are men. So as you break it down, and the list you're looking at is all people, but when you split it between men and women, like, for example, 77% of men say they could beat a rat. Only 57% of people women are saying, "No, I can't beat a rat." You probably can. You probably can, but probably the right answer is don't get into a fight with a rat.
No. They know they have great survival instincts.
Yeah. 4% of men say they could beat a crocodile. Only 1% of women say that. And unsurprisingly, too, as you break it down into age groups, the younger men, like 18 to 30, are far more confident then as you get into your 40s and 50s and you start going, I don't want to get into a fight with a chimpanzee. I don't
ever do. I want to befriend the chimpanzee.
Yeah.
I want the chimpanzee to be my tag team partner. I don't want to fight the chimpanzee. I think you're right. I think looking at that list, anything below large dog, I give us a puncher. Yes, because we're not animal wranglers.
All right, Paul. Which one of those can you beat up?
Out of all those under large dog, I give a puncher's chance against a wolf and a king cobra. That's about the only ones I give myself a puncher's chance. It's a single wolf. It's not a pack. It's just a wolf. It's not that vastly different than large dog.
Yeah, but wolves.
So
but that's what they do for a living. They attack things. That's their specialty.
Correct. But I think you have a chance. If you feel like you can beat a large dog, you could beat a wolf, is what I'm saying. The confidence should be the same for both.
Yeah.
The king cobra, I think you get lucky, you're able to grab by the tail and you swing it around, maybe you get a chance. But the other ones
are big. Wolves are big.
Wolves are big.
They're bigger. They're bigger than big dogs.
They're not bigger than all big dogs. Like, what about a Great Dane? They're not bigger than a Great Dane.
I think they are. They're big. I just saw a wolf at the Brookfield Zoo not too long ago. They're big. They're very big.
They are big, but they're not Great Dane big. 707. Well, we don't have the phone number, but chime in if you know the size. Dr. Findick, if you're listening, please let us know.
Yes, please. We need an authority.
Opinion. Yeah, we need an authority on those things. Hippopotamus not on that list, which is interesting to me.
Right. Yeah. No, I think
you couldn't go through all the different animals. They only had a certain one.
Well, I think even the researchers were like, okay, let's not be ridiculous. Let's try an elephant first. But you're not
before we get the hippo.
You're not beating a hippopotamus.
No, you may be able to take out an elephant there, but you're not going to beat up a hippo. So yeah, that's an interesting list there for certain. And yes, it is guys in our overconfidence that we could. It'd be interesting to see if you were to do that study sober and then ask the same people that question when they're drunk, and how different the answers would be and the percentages going up. Because there was that story, wasn't there? That story about that guy who was bit by that snake when he tried to fight it. He was drunk in like Thailand, and he very much was like, "Hold my beer" to his friends. And he picked the fight with the cobra, and he almost died because of it.
I don't think the average person can't beat a king cobra. I don't care how many episodes of Crocodile Hunter you watched.
Yeah, that's not happening. You're dead. You're dead is what it boils down to.
Because you got to figure that you're not in like a movie mindset. I mean, you're freaking out. It's a kangaroo. If you walk in, if there's a kangaroo in a dark alley, forget it. Take my wallet.
No, that's a totally different. That's different, Johnny. They're saying in a fight. So in my mind, that means you're in one corner, and then the animal's in the other. It's a sanctioned match.
No, sanctioned match. It says nothing about sanctioned match.
It's like which one you can beat in a fight. Right? What? Yes. And to me, we all have the spirit of the king's rules. We all get up and do this whole thing, right? In the corners. It's not you just happened upon a wolf and now you have to fight. You've been prepared and you can come up with a strategy.
Okay, and you're expecting the wolf to fight on human terms.
No, I'm just expecting it to wait for them to. I'm expecting them for them to wait to stream it on Netflix, and the wolf is over the hill, and then I end up, no, I'm expecting them to wait for the wolf to go, let's get it on, and then the wolf starts. It doesn't just jump out of nowhere.
No.
Body slamming.
Yeah. All right. Well, if we're here next week, it means we didn't get to a fight with anything larger than a medium-sized dog.
Yeah, well. What do we have here? Maybe David Hodo will be on the show next week.
I want to keep an eye on that feud there. That's one of my favorite things that's happened in a long time. Is that the construction worker and the cop hate each other? Now who wins in that fist fight? Because if you've seen,
man, go ahead.
Victor Willis has gotten a little.
Victor Willis.
He's a little chubby right now. He's not the sex symbol he was back in the 70s.
I'm going construction worker.
I think so too.
In that fight, I'm probably picking the construction worker, and I will keep updated on whether Santa is alive or not.
He is. He's fine.
I will follow that and have a pre-week before Christmas update next week here on the show, and we'll have a list from USA Today next week that bugs me because of the choice of the number one there.
We'll be talking Christmas music next week for sure, and other Christmas things, favorite movies, favorite all that. So think about that, and we will see you next week. Thanks for chiming in, Paul, and the calls we've been getting. And
Schlitz Hathaway, thanks for the world-renowned conspiracy theorist. Thank you very much.